Why can't you learn vocabulary and remember it after a week, after a month, after a year? Why? Is your brain broken? It's definitely not broken. I can promise that to you. I have been in your shoes many times with Spanish, with Mandarin. It is so frustrating, isn't it? It is wasting time. It is wasting energy, maybe even money. I'm actually having my Mandarin class today. I paid for that. I want to get my money's worth. This is why I'm making this video, because I have learned this the hard way. I don't want you to go through what I went through. I wish I had someone to tell me this ahead of time. If you are making your flashcards with one side English and the other side your language, that's not good. Or if you have a paper with one side English, one side your native language, no, do not do this. If it's just plain writing, no color, no pictures, if it's just black and white, even worse. Oh my goodness, I really had to think about what can I do to remember this vocabulary? And no, it's not just about doing some fun flashcard games. No, it's not about that. It's not about memorization. We cannot keep thinking like robots. This is I hope I can find the picture of me studying Mandarin with these plain flashcards. I didn't even write the character. I wrote the pinyin, which is the how the word sounds, and on the other side, I wrote the English. I sat down, studied those flashcards again and again as a preparation for a phone call. My friend told me he wanted me to practice with his parents. They don't speak any English, just Mandarin. I was in panic. I studied with those flashcards and I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'm good. I'll just search up the most common phrases and memorize them. That's it. But conversation is not scripted. We can't plan out every response. And the way that people ask us questions is not always consistent, right? That's the problem. It's very unpredictable. How do I know what word to use? How do I know what context? Because, oh, so many problems with this learning format that you're probably using. I don't like Duolingo does the same thing. So many apps do the English with the native language. That's not good. So let's get yourself in that moment. You're learning vocabulary. Hopefully, you're learning the vocabulary that is practical and that is useful for you. Hopefully, you know that this word is common because there are too many words in English that exist, but we don't use. Maybe it's outdated, meaning maybe it's old. Or maybe only people of a certain region use that. For example, stupendous. Stupendous. It exists. But do Americans use it? Almost never. So if you want an American style English, you need someone to guide you on that. Okay, so that's what I'm here for. But what do you do in this moment? So let's imagine that you learn the word. What's a word? Nostalgia. Nostalgia. That's a good one. So you find out the meaning, right? You don't translate. You look up a definition, have a friend explain it to you, go on youglish.com, look at that word in context, get a feel for it, have someone guide you on that. You need a trained professional to really let you know about that. And here's your role as the learner. You need to use pictures and movement to remember what that means. So when you first learn the word, body language is so useful. So for me, if I learn the word estilo, estilo is Style in Spanish, very easy because it sounds like English. Estilo, I make some movement. Oh, estilo. Estilo, right? Or if I learn what in Mandarin? I learn 分钟. 分钟 is a minute. 分钟, I do this body movement. So if you can use your body to, use that, do it. Especially when you're speaking, right? We can use body language when we're speaking, right? So practice that. Even if it's by yourself, use some body movement. And I mentioned pictures. Pictures is also key. So hopefully you're keeping track of your vocabulary with some notes. It can be digital notes, that's okay. Definitely it's better to go with handwritten notes, and you could just make a little doodle. If you're going digital, you could put an emoji to represent that word. Visually, we remember pictures so much more. Okay, so movement, pictures, to really show what that is. This is helping you think in English, by the way. Okay, last method, you really want to do this, is to use it with a context in a sentence, right? And hopefully you put emotion into that. Because why? Why? Let me ask you a question. Which one are you more likely to remember? A, the class where you had fun or you cried, right? Or maybe not even a class. Let's think about memories. Which one do you remember more? Memories with strong emotion like anger, sadness, happiness, right? Or B, the ones that you didn't feel anything. The memories where you didn't feel anything. Which one are you more likely to remember? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, it's emotion. Let me know if you disagree, because I'm interested. With any of these points, by the way, what is your experience with vocabulary? All right, so how do we use emotion with our new vocabulary? So I mentioned nostalgia. You can look up what nostalgia means, or you can ask me. Nostalgia, basically, I'll tell you now, it's the warm feeling you get when you think about past memories. So nostalgia, when I think of nostalgia, I think of like, like this kind of hand motion. And so in a sentence, I'm not just going to say, that picture gave me nostalgia. There's no emotion. No, especially when I say it like that. So what's the solution? My grandma and I sat together holding the photo album with both of our hands attached to it. And the warm moment gave me wonderful nostalgia. Boom! You got yourself a golden sentence, and you will remember that because it paints a picture in your mind. It's challenging. It takes practice, but once you got it, you got it. And you'll notice you get better and better every single time. It might take 100 times for you to feel the difference, but oh my goodness, like that is really why you should use pictures, movement, and emotions when it comes to learning vocabulary. It's gonna change your life. You won't think robotically, you will think in English. And if you haven't joined already, click the link below. We have our free group class going from robotic English to natural English. This is what is holding you back, and it's because of how you learned English in school. So click that link below to join. It's happening August 5th. It's free, but I'm not going to make it free forever. When 10 more people join, I'm closing the free opportunity, and it's not going to be free anymore. So save your spot before 10 spots get filled. And I will see you there. Speak on. Oh, before you go, please put your questions below. Honestly, the YouTube community has been so cool. I love how you share your thoughts with me. I love how you just express your experience. Even if you disagree with me, that makes it even more interesting. So please Go ahead and do that. Makes my day, and I will see you soon. See ya. Speak on.